Once a colonel Yahweh Hashem Rashai Hashem Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles of great millstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the highway and byway preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. I'm the brother Shapar from the James Jamaica camp. And what I want to do right now is to put the focus on this abominable creature that was put to death by the Lord Yahweh Hashem Rashai a few days back. A man by the name of Stephen Hawkins, one of them so-called white man, great influential thinkers, as they would say. You know what I mean? A theoretical physicist, or what they want to call it. You know what I mean? Which basically, not of these so-called scientists, you know what I mean? They are not scientists, man. See? They are play scientists because they actually don't know shit. You know what I mean? So basically, I played a video here with this cracker. You know what I mean? And then we use the scripture as usual to cut the fuckery, yeah? This is Stephen Hawkins.
We are each free to believe what we want. And it's my view that the simplest explanation is, there is no God. No one created the universe, and no one directs our fate. This leads me to a profound...
This statement is coming from a man that don't even know how to get himself out of a wheelchair from a condition where he's in. You know what I mean? So there is no God. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to proceed to tell you how things come about, man. Eh? So if you didn't know all of that, get up out of your fucking chair, man. See? Take yourself out of the state where you're not supposed to can figure out that. No more something more simpler that to do. But anyway, a statement that there is no God. See, this is a common sentiment among the theoretical science or community. You know what I mean? The so-called white man seem like to tell himself or to convince himself and the world that the Most High don't exist, that him by doing so, him hope not to pay for all the things that him do. See, because the only way that him could escape the things them him do, and if the Most High not exist, man, but luckily it is not so, man. See? You say, man, say Mr. White man, that for every cause there is an effect, man. You know what I mean? So guess what? You do a bunch of shit, seeing no, the result is gonna play out, man. You know what I mean? And not care how much you say or the Most High exists, seeing it not gonna stop the 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 the, the, the consequence, you know what I mean? Or the reaping of the seed we you sow, man. You know what I mean? So let me read the precept here first. You know what I mean? And let me bring out another precept and wrap it up. It says, look, to the chief muse, this is Psalms 14 and 1. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. The fool had said in his heart, there is no God. So the so-called white man is a fool, man. Because only a fool could have come to a conclusion like that. You have to be a madman, by the way. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. And we can say all what this man do upon the earth, man. Nothing but destruction, man. Destroying morals, destroying the physical earth, destroying the peoples of the earth, man. The creatures of the earth. That's all this man do. See? He has done abominable works, man. And know all of him do all of that. You might have said, oh, fuck it. God no exists. Anyway. There is none that do it good. See? These men, look, man, and this speaking specifically to the so-called white man, and none of them not gonna get delivered. You know what I mean? None of them not gonna change their ways like what some other Israelite group are say. You know what I mean? Them is the son of perdition, man, the son of destruction. Them do abominable works. And part of the abominable thing what them do right now is to try and wipe the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshua out of the equation. You know what I mean? But the question is, man, because this man like to use carnal things, you know what I mean, to prove. So, see, God doesn't exist because I can explain, I can explain away the functionality of this carnal thing. You know what I mean? This bring this and this bring this. You know what I mean? So therefore, this is the answer. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, him can't tell you how things move, man. What power, about what force things move, man. That's the question, man. See? Because every time I'm reasoning, my reason for expect that God are gonna be, or the Lord Yahweh are gonna be a physical being, you know what I mean? And not spiritual, man. So I always try to X out the spiritual part of the thing. See, and I'm going to show how simple it is, man, for understand even that question there. Because the so-called white man never ever address that question neither. You know what I mean? So let me just bring out a precept here. See, because this is by the instrument by which the Lord move things, man. See, and we all can agree this is evidence, because them say, oh, you know, science come with evidence of how things work. But I'm sure this is evidence enough for proof, say, oh, look, the Lord exists, man. See? Because we can all agree that wisdom exists. And this is what the scripture say about wisdom. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. Every time you look around you, seeing, if you even take a microscope and look at anything, everything is animated, man. Everything is animated, man. And Esau know this. You know what I mean? But what caused that animation, man? What's the force moving the animation, man? That is the question. You can look at millions and trillions of different animation and whatever you want to Esau, but at the end of the day, what caused the animation, man? You know what I mean? It's a for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness, man. So when you look upon a subatomic particle, when you look upon all them different particles you can look upon, all of them have a common trait. They have a force moving them or bounding them in a certain order. What is that force? Right? The scripture right here telling you wisdom. See? All right. It says, for she is, so yeah, so the question is now, what is wisdom then? Now that we know that it exists, what is wisdom? It says, for she is the breath and the power of God. You know what I mean? And the pure influence, because everything, seeing, in this existence where you can put your mind upon, seeing, is influenced by a force, man. And as I said, the force is wisdom, yeah? You know what I mean? It's a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty, which is Yahweh. Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her. See? For she is the breath. For she is the breath of the everlasting light. So that pure energy, see, that pure life, because we can't deny that life exists. Life exists, man. So that pure energy is wisdom flowing from the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. You know what I mean? See? So she says she's the brightness. See? For she's the brightness of the everlasting light, and the unspotted mirror of the power of God, and the image of his godliness. See? So that is evidence, sure that the Lord Yahweh exists, man. by something actively operating in and around us every day. You know what I mean? The part where Esau don't wish to explain. The spiritual aspect. The thing we're not seeing will cause things to move. Yeah? Bunch of crackers, man. Like us to believe that the Heavenly Father does not exist. Yeah, so with that we say Kalalali, how about Shema Shai, double honors to the apostles of Graham and Stone, shalom to all the brothers in the highway and byway, preaching this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.